Okay, I'm switching over to my photo booth camera for a couple of reasons. One, it just makes this whole thing easier for me. But two, I feel like it tends to make me a little more honest for some reason. I don't know if it's because I feel like I'm doing a confessional, but for some reason it just makes me tell you guys more than when I hold my vlogging camera. So I'm going to try using this. So this next thing that I'm going to talk about, I'm a little bit hesitant to talk about because it's really personal, but like I said, I'm going to just try and be as honest as possible with you guys for this next year, because I think it would also be helpful for me to look back and really know what I was going through, so that I don't make the same mistakes. And so I haven't been upfront with you about my romantic relationships in the past, because I was scared, you know, what if they don't work out, or what if this person doesn't want me to talk about it, but that's just part of life, and that might happen. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about my romantic life also, because that's a big part of my last year. So shortly after my last relationship failed, and I was feeling just better about my friends and about myself in general after our camping trip to Big Sur, I found out that Kevin, a good friend of mine, had had feelings for me for a long time. Well, I had known that, but I didn't know that he still had feelings for me. When we met each other in Spain, like, we had a thing for each other then, but it just kind of quickly went away, and we never thought that we would be living in the same state, so we didn't even pursue anything, and it just went away, and I started dating someone else. But I found out how he felt about me, and Kevin had become so important to me just as a friend. Like, during all of my really hard times, he was so, like, crazy positive and happy and supportive. I think one of the hardest things in life is just know how to be happy, and he's really, really good at it. And he has so much faith in me that it like surprises me sometimes. And so as a friend, he was there for me through all of this, and it just made me feel really good. And he's a very unique person, and I haven't met anyone else really like him. And he just has a lot of, like, he has a twinkle in his eye. I don't know, like, he looks at the world like a kid, and he feels like he sees the world as a conquerable thing. He doesn't see it as a big scary place that will swallow you up. And so it was great having him to talk to through all that. And then I found out how he felt about me, but I had just gotten out of a relationship, and I just wasn't even ready for anything like that. Here's another interesting thing about myself. So in just that December, the world was supposed to be ending, as predicted by the Mayan calendar, on December 12th, 2012, I believe. December 20th or 12th, whatever it is now. At the time, I am a little superstitious, and I really, really believed it, and I got really scared. I don't know if it had to do with, like, feeling unaccomplished, and so that kind of, like, added to my fear of it. But I was really afraid. And so when I went back home to Sarasota, I was really sad to say bye to Kev and Sam and all these people that were important to me that I'd be leaving there. And Hannah, too. I wasn't going to be with her when, like, the world supposedly was going to end. And so before I was separated from them, I was inspired to write a song, which I posted on my Datev Gallagher channel. I think I just called it End of the World. And the song is heavily inspired by my relationship with Kevin. And I didn't say that, obviously, at the time. I didn't even tell him that at the time. But I did feel very strongly for him, but I wasn't ready to say anything or really admit it to myself. Because we've been friends for such a long time, and I just got out of a relationship. But, like, it was my way of expressing how I felt about him without having to tell him or anybody else. When the meteor hits, I hope I'm with you. I hope all your dreams come true. Before we hit this fireball, before this fucker kills us all. And so right around the time that I uploaded that song, I started uploading a lot of videos to that channel, and it started doing better as a channel, and I started making more money, and I started, you know, calculating everything, and I was like, it's going to be really tough, but I think that I will be able to live off what I'm making from my vlogs and from this channel. And somehow it just kind of worked itself out that way. as I became happier and more excited, I think my vlogs just became more successful. After visiting home, you know, collaborating with Allie and things like that, it just started getting better. And I signed with Maker, which is a huge YouTube production company, and an agency, and that started boosting my channel. And things just started working out. I don't know if it was like something specific that made it happen, but I was so worried about complete failure, and it was just a matter of time before things started turning around. So here I am, a year later. I no longer feel like a failure. There are days where sometimes I doubt myself, obviously, but I feel successful. I feel like I've surrounded myself with wonderful people. I'm doing a job that I love, and I'm improving on it every day. I'm challenging myself every day, and I couldn't ask for anything more. Like, I cannot wait for I can't wait for my recap next year when I see how much further I've come. But I hope that if I'm ever down again, I can look at this and know that it's highly possible that I'll come right back up again. And I've really realized that how much happiness depends on you just deciding to be happy, and deciding to be grateful, and deciding to be proud and strong. Because the situation itself didn't change so much. I just became a more positive person. But yeah, I'm probably missing some chunks there, but that is like the gist of everything. I've spilled a lot of my guts today, so I hope that it is helpful to you guys, or interesting to you guys. I wish, like, last year I got to announce, like, now I'm moving to California. I don't have, like, a big announcement to make for you guys except that I'm happy. And it sounds like not a big announcement, but it really is a huge accomplishment. I am a happy person. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this recap, and I hope that it is helpful to you in your life's journey. I'm so excited for the next years to come. I don't know how long this will go on, but it'll definitely go on for a couple more years at least. So, thank you guys, the ones who have been sticking with me since the beginning, and the ones who find me and have stuck with me since then, because you're going to get to see all of this growth that I'm going through, and hopefully it like kind of like aligns with growth that you're going through in your life, and we can kind of talk about it together. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I'm happy. I love myself. I love my friends. I love life. And I cannot wait to experience and create and share with you guys. So, yeah. I'll see you tomorrow and for the next years to come.